Évora is one of the finest cities and tourist destinations of Portugal. Now, due to its well-preserved old town centre, still partially enclosed by the medieval walls, with monuments dating from various historical periods, and with a wealth of classic buildings and Roman ruins, Évora has been regarded by UNESCO as a World Heritage Site. Now, Évora was a famous Roman trading town, so it is fitting that some of the city's finest monuments include the beautifully preserved Roman temple built in the 1st century, the Roman baths, the impressive 9-kilometer long aqueduct built in 1530s, the second oldest university in Portugal, and the 12th century Roman Gothic cathedral, which also houses the Sacred Art Museum. Now, on my visit to Portugal in 2017, I traveled to this beautiful town of Évora and noticed that beyond the beauty of the cathedral lies another important church which houses something quite different and is probably the most remarkable site in Évora city, known as Capela de Ossos, in English, Chapel of the Bones. It's a small interior chapel built entirely by a Franciscan monk. The chapel gets its name because the interior walls are covered and decorated with human skulls and bones. Now, it is estimated that there are over 5,000 skulls decorating the chapel, many of which were dug from the many cemeteries in the area. According to literature on the church, the Bone Chapel of Évora was built by a monk during the 16th century. Some sources state that the bones in Capela de Ossos were of Franciscan monks. The sheer number suggests otherwise. Some say that they are bones of plague victims or soldiers fallen in battle. However, it is more likely they are just the remains of generation of the townsfolk of Évora. Now, the Franciscans hoped to provoke the visitors to the chapel into thinking and contemplating about the fragility of human life, as well as the inevitability of death, as they were concerned about the declining social values of the city's inhabitants. To reinforce this message, there are various death motifs around the chapel, and one of which translates in English as, "We, the bones that are here, await yours." A poem also hangs on one of the pillars of the chapel, and the first stanza asks, "Where are you going in such a hurry, traveler? Stop, you have no greater concern than this one." And the poem ends with the following last stanza, "If by chance you glance at this place, stop for the sake of your own journey. The more you pause, the further on your journey you will be." Friends, as I sat in this chapel during my visit to this beautiful town of Évora, I began to reflect on what I saw, and a few thoughts came to my mind. Firstly, I contemplated the transitory nature of human life. The chapel was a grim reminder that despite medical and technological advances, there's just no escaping death, no matter how rich or important you may be. Secondly, the 16th century Bone Chapel helped me reflect on the transience of material things in the undeniable presence of death. The chapel also houses two skeletons, one of an adult and one of a child, which used to hang from ropes from the ceiling, but now they have put them in glass cases. This was a reminder that death and its remains made no differences between the young and the old, the rich and the poor, or the rulers and their slaves. It is said that Alexander the Great once found Diogenes, the Greek philosopher, examining a pile of human bones. "What are you looking for?" the ruler inquired. "I am searching for the bones of your father," replied the philosopher, "but I cannot distinguish them from those of his slave." Thirdly, the Bone Chapel was also a reminder that osteology may well hold some of the secrets to success. I recall something I happened to have read a long time ago. Now, Nina Hudson Turner is an American politician and professor from OU. Now, a member of the Democratic Party, she was a city councillor somewhere from 2006 to about 2008, and She was a senator from 2008 till 2014. Now she recalled a story her grandmother used to tell her. She said all we need in this world to be successful are three bones: the wishbone, the jawbone and the backbone. Wishbone emphasizes the importance of having a goal, a focus and something to aspire towards. This bone provides us with personal motivation and keeps us facing forward. Having big dreams, yet sadly, most people use the wishbone to sit around and hope things will get better. They are dreamers, not doers. They always keep wishing for good things to happen. Jawbone, now as for the jawbone, we all need help at some time. Don't be afraid to seek out advice. Consult someone you already know and trust. That person can usually lead you to someone who can help you if different skills are necessary. Yet those that don't succeed are persons with jawbones that are talkers and not doers. They talk carelessly and sometimes foolishly. Much of their talk is negative. They gripe about how rotten things are and wonder why somebody doesn't do something about it. The backbone underlines the importance of mental toughness, being resilient and seeing things through. Having the courage to stand our ground, to stretch ourselves and attain the goal. Now this bone keeps us on our feet even in the most difficult times. The backbone may be the most important bone of all. Courage is regarded as one of the major human virtues. Courage is bravery, valor, standing up to danger, guts, and the nerve all roll into one. It's easy to be ordinary. Courage is what sets you apart from the crowd. Now, while Nina Turner's grandmother advised her on the three bones to succeed, there is always the need of the fourth bone that is equally necessary, called as the funny bone. The funny bone reminds us that we all need a sense of humor, the ability to laugh at ourselves and not take life too seriously or to be too self-absorbed. This bone reminds us that it's okay to make mistakes and be vulnerable on occasions. This final bone helps us to stay optimistic and enjoy where we are and what we are doing. Friends, you need all four bones to be successful. Having a purpose and a sense of humor is no good without the determination required to achieve your goal. Having the ability to laugh at yourself combined with a resilient nature may well make you extremely robust as an individual, but without any clear plan for yourself or set of intentions, it is unlikely that you will ever realize your true potential.